I pray that you got that intro, because now my camera is giving me all kinds of memory card errors. But I wanted to go over my 20 donuts. It's not part of my 2020 goals. I wanted to go over my 2020 goals with you guys. This is where I work, this is where I think, this is where I plan, and this is just where I've done a lot of reflecting. So these are in no particular order. So my first one is FirstFive. FirstFive is a app that I use that's like a morning daily devotional for women, and I love it. And it really does keep me like zen, and I was using it really regularly whenever I wasn't working outside of the home, because like when I was in car line every morning, I would, you know, pull it up and kind of see, and like there were so many times that it just really it was like God was talking to me. He was talking directly to me through this app. And it really helps you. This year I felt like I really grew in the fact of like, I don't need to go to church to talk to God. I love going to church. I miss when I don't go to church, but I don't have the time anymore to go to church every Sunday. And I know that I need to make that time, but it's just a simple fact of the matter. On Friday nights, I'm trying to do like date nights with my husband so that my marriage doesn't crash and burn, because unfortunately we are that couple that needs alone time. We need date nights. We need those things. That is our therapy. I read a quote somewhere that said, invest in a date night. $50 a month, a week, or a month, or whatever you can afford is a lot cheaper than divorce. And that is a true statement. So we go out on Fridays and we try to do no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And then Saturdays tends to be a day of like dropping the kids off to birthday parties or friends' houses or whatever is going on. We try to do our grocery shopping and our household shopping. I'm trying to get laundry done. And then on Sunday, I'm still trying to finish up laundry and prepping for the week and doing things for my classroom and working and things like that. So we average about 2 out of 4 times a month. We're basically going every other week. But doing this app really helped me. And then I have a lot of books that I want to finish reading this year. This year I went to a speaking event and this lady spoke. Her name is Lisa Turkhurst, and she has a really, excuse my language, effed up story, and it was really good to read this. Of course, Rachel Hollis. There's another book here that I'm not going to pull down because I have some fragile stuff on top of it, but it's by Levi Lusko and it's called I Declare War, and I love him. I also follow these people on Instagram. That's kind of a major goal of mine this year, as I was cleaning out my Instagram and my emails and all that stuff, and in other goals those will make sense, but you know, following these people that I love that are faith-based really, you know, it keeps you going. There's another one by, I can't read it. I think it says Koziarz, and it's called Why Her. That one looks really good. And then this isn't faith-based, but they are a faith-based family. Love Your Life, Not Theirs. You know, putting these faith-based things back in my life, it just truly helps me. You know, Aubrey got baptized last year. That was an amazing thing to watch. Casey chooses to go to Solid Rock, which is like a school Bible study type thing. I would like to send him to Surge this year, which is like the equivalent of what Aubrey goes to in Daytona. So yeah. The next thing is I printed out a picture of a Disney cruise. I don't think that we'll get on a Disney cruise this year. I do actually possibly have a planning opportunity with my travel agency next month to go on the Fantasy. We'll see. I would really like to do that, but I would like to at least get one booked. I don't think it'll be for 2020. I think it'll be for 2021, but I would like to take my kids on a Disney cruise before they are too old for it. I would also like to plan a Disneyland vacation. That's something I think that Trevor would really enjoy. But in 2020, we have a major goal of buying a home again. And long story short, we sold our house, we paid off our car and the credit cards we had, and we closed everything when we moved here. Where we live, we're paying rent to an individual, and she's not like reporting it to the credit agency, so we have no credit. So we have the income. We have more than enough income to buy a house. We can buy a $400,000 or $500,000 house if we wanted to. No, not 500, like $400,000 house. But we don't have the credit anymore. So we have been working on building our credit the last few months. We need to continue to do that. We may have to be manually underwritten, which means we need to have a lot of money in the bank, and put a lot of money down. We are also trying to do a 15-year mortgage, which means, you know, our payment's going to be a little bit higher. So that is our main goal this year. So our vacations have kind of are put on the back burner for right now, but I would really truly like to get one under deposit at least. And right now they have 50% off deposits. So I may do that sooner than later because that ends around Valentine's Day. But that is a huge goal of mine, to get the kids on a Disney cruise, because Trevor is going to be 16 in 2020 and Aubrey is going to be 13. And I know that my time with a Disney cruise with them is very limited, and it'll probably be a one and done thing because they are a little bit more expensive. They are geared to younger kids, but I really want to do that. As you know, I purchased my very first vehicle this year. My husband had financed one other vehicle, and all the other vehicles we had paid cash for. And I love my car. It's really, really nice. But in all of this buying a home and making credit and things like that, I would like to pay my car down a lot and hopefully refinance it, where I didn't get the best rate. I mean, I got a good rate, but I would like a better rate. So I'm hoping to pay it down a lot, and I'm also hoping to refinance it and get a better rate so that I can hopefully pay it off completely in 2021. I took out a 5-year loan on it, maybe a 4-year loan, and I would like to have it paid off by 2021, so I would get it paid off in 2 years. It was a very expensive car. It's a 2018. You know, it was not a cheap car. So I would really, really like to be there for 2021. And if we were in a house and we had a car and my car was paid off, that would be fantastic. I'm assuming I printed this picture because this is like a good goal picture. This is a picture when I was running regularly. I was going to the gym and I was eating pretty good 80% of the time. I wasn't following any weird diets or anything like that. I was doing Weight Watchers for a while, and then I was just eating healthy, and that's where I want to get. And it's very, very difficult. Right now in the travel agency industry, it's called wave season. It's a very, very busy season. This week alone, since Friday, I wake up around 5:45 in the morning. I get ready for work for my teaching job. I get my kids ready and all that stuff, and then I have about 15 to 20 minutes that I check emails, check the Disney site, make sure nothing's been released, check all the cruise lines, make sure nothing's been released to save clients money. And then I go to work, and I work as a teacher assistant. And I stay there all day, and I'm supposed to leave at 2:50, but lately I've been leaving at like 3 and 3:30 because I'm trying to like prep things for the next few weeks, because I know that if I can prep these things for the next few weeks, then I have 2 months worth of my stuff done, and I can really just go to work and focus on it and then leave and then focus on wave season, because I know once people start getting their tax returns, it's going to be even busier. But doing that, then I come home at, you know, 3, 4 o'clock, whenever, and I work and I work and work and work. And lately, the past 3 days, I haven't stopped working until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. It's a very, very busy time. However, it's a really nice time because it's a lot of time that you are planning out your future. You're planning out your income, you're planning out your travel, you're planning out your busy times of when you need to help clients. And it's nice to be planned ahead and know what's going on. But it is very, very busy. And like, I haven't had time to go to the gym, but I have to start making time for myself. Even if it's 2 days a week during the week that I say, okay, that can wait. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if I'm sending a quote to someone or if I'm applying a promotion or something like that, that kind of has to be done right then and there. But you know what? I don't need to make someone's payment right when they send me a message at 5 o'clock. I can wait until 9 o'clock to apply that payment. It's not going to change anything. So putting me first, that's a major goal. I would really like to be active 3 days a week at least. And then I would really just like to continue to eat better. I have been eating pretty well, but I also haven't been like chastising myself when I don't eat well. A lot of my issues with weight right now is hormones, and they're trying to fix those because my hormones are just doing really, really weird things with the PCOS. So that's something that I'm doing. I mentioned that we hope to buy our home in 2020. If it has to be 2021, that's okay. But in the meantime, we are slowly going through and decluttering everything possible. We will be downsizing. We will not have a house this big. I cannot maintain it. I'm working 2 jobs. I have my children. I have everything going on, and I just cannot maintain a house like this. And when we buy, we are actually going to hire someone to come in every other week to help me with like the deep cleaning. So declutter, get rid of as much of stuff as possible. Keep not overbuying. We don't really buy a ton of stuff, but you know, the kids are all, with the exception of Ellie, kind of out of toys. Casey has some Nerf guns, that's about it, and his basketball stuff outside. But you know, just keep decluttering and keep things at a minimal. We don't really buy ahead and stockpile or anything like that anymore. I've been kind of downsizing all of our decor and things like that, and we'll downsize it even more because I know that our new house will be smaller and we won't have the space for it. And honestly, I don't have the time to decorate to the scale that I did before because I'm just so busy. And then honestly, the last few breaks that we've had, I'm sick. I'm horribly ill. So there's that. I have found a few homes. I've basically found a builder that I like, and he builds new homes in this area. And I think that's the route I would really love to go in. I would really love to go in a house that's brand new, that I don't need to do anything to, that's very clean, and I can just keep it that way. That is my hope and dream. However, if a good layout and everything like that comes from a home that is not new, then we will go that route. But my heart is really set on it. But I also know that, like, the houses that I want, I know the price range that they're at, and I have seen houses come up a lot cheaper that we could put these finishes in and still be cheaper. And when we're doing a 15-year mortgage, that may be something that we have to do, but that would be my ultimate dream. However, our thought process is we are going to, you know, get what we get. We would like to stay in a certain school district, and then once our kids are all done and grown, I would actually like to move to Macon or even a little bit more South Georgia. So we'll see. I have this Disney and Universal one-on-one thing. I'm going to a training in February, and I want to make sure that I get a ton of information because it really does help myself, you guys, whenever I'm planning your trips. It helps me be able to talk about these things. I mean, I think I'm pretty solid in Disney, but you still learn so much more information at these things. And then we're actually hoping to continue going with our kids. So like for my training, so we took Trevor to a training in August, and it was amazing. If you have the opportunity to take your kids on a one-on-one trip, do it. It was such a different trip. It was so enjoyable, and I just loved it. And we're actually taking Casey in February, and I'm actually hoping to take the girls this year as well. So while we aren't doing these big extreme vacations, I'm hoping to do these one-on-one trips with my kids this year because they're a lot cheaper to do them like that, and we only go for a couple days. But it's just so nice to get that one-on-one time with them. And then I'm also getting to go to these trainings, which are really beneficial to me and my business. I would like to get back, like I mentioned, to losing weight and running and exercising. And I would actually like to eventually get back to the ability to run a couple 5Ks a week. I don't need to do a half marathon or anything like that, but I would really like to do a 5K on a regular basis and not feel like I'm gonna die. Trevor does cross country, and so I would really like to up that over the summer and keep him running all summer so that he's ready to go for cross country. And it'll make him a better runner, it'll make me a better runner, and it'll give he and I something to do that we enjoy. Aubrey has mentioned wanting to go to the gym with me, so you know, I'll have her in that aspect of my life. And then it's something I actually really enjoyed once I could get through the initial pain of, you know, getting through it and doing it. Marriage 365 is an app that I found, and again, trying to find people that I follow on social media that have good marriages, that instill this in you, and working on my marriage, because my marriage is not perfect. It's far from perfect, and it's something that needs work, and it's something that I want to work on. I want to be a better wife. I want to be, on the other end, I want my husband to be a better husband. I want my kids to see a good, healthy relationship. And finally, I work with special needs children, and I would like to learn, I've learned a lot of ASL. I would like to learn, and then my memory card started acting up again. But basically, I would like to learn a little bit more ASL. So those are my 2020 goals. It's kind of my 2020 vision board. Let me know what your number one goal is this year.